Hello, YouTube. ZiggyNo back with a very important video. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and most importantly, leave some comments on this video for me. I want to talk about one of the biggest challenges in sports cards, and that is price fixing. And I'm not talking about pump and dump schemes where an influencer has a card or promotes a card. I'm talking about real, what I look at as corporate price fixing. And it's a corruption that's throughout the hobby. And a lot of people don't want to talk about it because a lot of people are fed by this corruption. I'm going to get into it in a moment. And I'm going to go into some explanations on why it is the way we are. One of the biggest words you'll hear in the hobby is the word allocation, allocated product. It's a very, very important and very, very powerful word. I'm going to ask you real quickly, do you think of other industries where allocation takes place or is as important as in the hobby? I'd love to hear comments and thoughts about that. So please leave this below as well. Let me go ahead here and share my screen. About Prism football as an example. So next week, Prism football first of the line is going to come out. It's going to be it's a hobby box, 2 autographs. Here's the deal: it hasn't changed in years. It's the same product. It's been forever. It's considered a flagship or a very popular product. I'll tell you, my interest was my kids were able to get that in retail stores, and it was a premium brand in retail, so kids liked it and collectors liked it. So I had a crossover. Years ago, collectors had no interest in it. And primary reason for that is collectors wanted autographs and they wanted relics, and this product only has 2 autographs and those are sticker autographs, so it's seen as a low-end product. Short story, this price is coming out now. It used to be years ago that you could buy first off the line, you could buy this direct as a collector to Panini at suggested retail price, which was phenomenal. Back in 2017 it was $120 a box. It was $240 a box the next year. And I remember every year being a chase to get this, and it was sometimes hard. Sometimes you would or wouldn't get it, but even if you didn't, you could buy it for 2x or whatever, 3x on the line, which still was small in comparison to what it is today. The Dutch auction came out in 2019 with the Zion Williamson year, and what the Dutch auction does, first of all, it has a floor. So right now, this product's telling you it's not going to sell for less than $750, right? But it could though. It could get to $750. It's going to start at $2,500. If you want to buy one, you can buy one whenever you feel like it, whatever you feel comfortable with. I love the sales pitch on this. This is not a good product. The Dutch auction, blind auctions, these are not good products. It's corrupt in many ways, and I'll tell you why I see that. It's never going to hit 750, and if I have a vested interest to keep this price high, and I'll tell you whose vested interests there are, I'm going to buy this out before it even gets low. And Panini knows that as well. Panini knows it's never going to hit 750. They know there's people who want to keep it high, and who are those people? The people with allocated product, and I'll explain to you why. This is first of the line. It has some great shares in it, and people say it's better than hobby, and it is. It's got some cool hobby stuff, but here's what's going to happen. Right now, go look over at Dave and Adams and put in the Prism football and do a search. I'm going to go over here to Steel City. I'm going to do the same search. Let's see when I do the search. This one, no products coming out for 22 football. This is only going to call it college football. This is all college. The only thing I could find here and blow out was to get the full case of hobby if you pre-order right now. And that's at a wonderful price of $19,000 a box, a case. So let's let a little over $1,000 a box, a case box, $1,200 a box, 13. I forget what it is, but you guys can do the math. That's not what I came here for. What I want to show you is that why do these guys not have the prices listed, and why are they so high? Well, they've got allocation. They know how many cases they're getting. Panini's already negotiated. You're going to get 100 cases. You're getting 100 cases. Other people in the chain, small local stores, breakers that I know, people who've allocated, who've been working all year long, they know their allocations. They're all waiting for the allocation. What does allocation mean? Allocation means you're going to get the product at this price. Panini 2021 Panini Prism football, you're going to get it at roughly $269 a box if you're allocated. Okay, worst case list price $325. That's what they're telling you. Suggested retail price on this is $325. It will never see that to the consumer. The consumer will never see that, and that's why price fixing is taking place here. Okay, now I want to point out, we'll talk about this in a later video. Panini does this for a couple of reasons, and it has to go back with allocation, okay? But they put this product out. They know that everybody's going to buy it up. When they buy it, they're going to send some other product with it. So when you buy this allocated Prism, you're also going to have to buy, Court Kings and Hoops and other products too. That's a separate video. But I want you to understand that this price is what allocated prices are. So even your local hobby store only gets 3 boxes at allocated price, and he comes down and goes, yeah, I've only got 3. I'm selling it at $1,500 a box. He got it for $269. Keep that in mind. Now he'll tell you, well, I don't make much money, and this is the only product they can make money off all year. We'll talk about that later too. But anyway, let's go back over here. This price fixing though, go back to this. So as this price goes, and this is until next week, as it hits, 1,500, whatever it might be, there's two major markets that are going to go out there and buy this up. It's in their best interest. Number one are the Dave and Adams, these guys, these blowouts, because if they buy it at 1,500, it keeps the hobby price at least at like 1,200, and they've got thousands of boxes of that. But here's another one that has a lot to do with this, and that is the breakers, right? Platinum breaks, Latinum breaks. They want to sell their breaks, right? If there's 30 breaks and a box costs $3,000, I'm just giving you, random numbers, then each spot's $100, right? So they want that retail price to be high, or the market price to be high, so they can sell you the breaks, or give you what you think is a discounted price in the breaks, right? Or else give away a few spots in the breaks, because if they have a hobby box that they spent $300 for, and they're selling the breaks for say $1,500 in breaks, you see what I'm saying? So the reason I mention this is that what's going on here in the hobby, and I understand it's a business, guys, I really do, but this gross greed at this level, where you have a manufacturer making a product and suggesting it and allocating it $300 a box, and the rest of the market, everybody, shh, I got allocated, shh, everybody else is just sticking it to everybody else. That's the problem with hobby. It's not just the man sticking it to the collector, it's everybody in the middle sticking it to everybody else, right? The collectors are kind of like the chickens at the bottom of the coop. We just want to get our cards, man, but everybody in the middle is going to stick it to everybody they can. Like, you will never, ever see anybody sell you that product at suggested retail price. And that breaks my heart. So in closing, I will do a follow-up video talking about allocation and why this happens. No people are like, oh, so you don't understand. I do understand. I do understand. But that problem we have there with these prices and price fixing, where people are going to buy things out, is bad. Okay, it's got to change. Fanatics could change it. I don't think they will, but they might. I'll talk about that later on as well. I'm going to close in one little story I'm going to tell for you guys. If you've stuck around this long, please like, comment, and all that other stuff. Back in 2017, Prism, first off the line, football did not sell out right away. This is the Mahomes year. I mean, Trubisky. There are a lot of quarterbacks in that year. It did not sell out that year. It sat online for weeks. I remember buying boxes for a couple of weeks with my boys. I think about 3-6 boxes. Got a Christian McCaffrey out of it. Really loved the product, but it sat there for weeks. Prism wasn't popular, first of all, and first of line wasn't popular. First of line basketball, I think, sold out in November, and it sold out instantly. And it was one of these systems where it crashed. Everything crashed. The site went down. People were complaining. I remember I had 6 friends in my group. Only 2 of us got orders in, and everybody's complaining. And Panini used this excuse as, oh, the bots, and it was terrible. They used this excuse to use the Dutch Advent auctions. But here's the truth, guys. Here's a secret I want to share with you. I heard from an insider at Blowout Cards that he got contacted from somebody at Panini telling them, hey, man, there still is Prism first off the line basketball available, 2017. It didn't sell out. The servers crashed. Go online right now. There's no line. Get as much as you like. Now, my understanding, it wasn't just to this one person at Blowout or to the Blowout team over there. I'm sure that Panini rep or person probably leaked that information out to the Dave and Adams or everybody. My point is, this person tells me he sat there that afternoon and just bought in lots of 6 or 12, whatever the limit was, Prism first off the line basketball at 120 to 200, whatever the first off the line price was, and stocked that for Blowout. I'm sure Dave and Adam did the same thing. All these manufacturers did. And again, it shows you another corruption in this system. It's not that it's fair when Panini has a glitch. They don't come tell the community. They don't send an email out, hey, Prism's now available online again. They told a few people in their inside circle. This has to be changed, right? The biggest hope I had when I heard about Fanatics buying was that maybe that would change. I've always said from the beginning, guys, I don't think any of this changes that you have fair competition in the market, where like football has 3 manufacturers competing and 3 manufacturers in football, baseball, and everything all have licensing. I think that's the only fair way we get to this, which I think is now 15, 20 years off, because I think we have to go through a monopoly phase where Fanatics is going to screw things up. But if Fanatics didn't do anything right, maybe they break this corrupt, good old boy distribution network. Love your comments, thoughts, feedback. Tell me what I'm right, wrong about. We'll have more videos coming up about allocation. And what does allocation mean? If you don't know it, you need to know it.